Hi, my name's Cecil, 2046 Sir Patrick Drive. I'm just going to reconfirm a few things that Diane said. The neighbors are very concerned about the well pad being so very close to so many residents. We have a lot of seniors and we have a lot of young children in that neighborhood. There's a lot of concern. There's a lot of danger. I don't know what research or what information you guys know about fracking and the toxins, the air quality, the water. Of course, just like Diane said too, we have another gas line going through there. Just like the explosion that just recently happened. Something happens up there, you're not going to have to worry about anything on that hill because it will be blown to pieces. So you won't need any rescue. We will need an ash pile up there. So I just want to bring those concerns to you guys when you choose to approve a well pad in a residential area. Not probably the best decision to do. You're risking a lot of lives and you're taking on a lot of liability. Some of the questions I had is just to revisit some of the questions I had last month. And my first question was in regards to the section 403H of your UDOs. And that is in regards to your time limitations on conditional use. And the one requirement is in regards to having all of the permits and application for occupancy permit submitted. So I know we questioned that, so I'm back to find out if that has all been received from the board of supervisors, township.
Unfortunately, there is a court hearing August 8th, and so because it's being litigated, we can't answer that question at this point in time.
So you're not able to tell us whether or not a permit's been received from the...
For an occupancy permit, there was no occupancy permit that's been issued.
Okay. My next question in regards to your additional conditions listed when you approved for the well pad. Number 24, does the township have on file the current list of safety data sheet, or formerly referred to as the material safety data sheet? That is a sheet that lists all of the chemicals used in the drilling and factory operations. Do you guys have that on file?
So unfortunately, our fire code official is the one that would have that, and he is not here this evening, so we're truthfully not sure whether or not that's been received or not.
Okay. How is it that I would be able to find that out? Can I call Monday?
You could call or you could do a right to know request if you
Okay.
submitted a right to know request.
And is that on the website?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Hi, I'm Linda King. I live on Sir James Drive. Thank you for hearing me. I'm coming here before you with a heavy heart because of the well that's being built off of North Apollo. What I don't know for sure that you know.
If you hold the microphone, it's sometimes easier. Thank you.
What I'm not sure that you might or might not be aware of is all of the health risks associated with the emissions from a well. And I want to read something very quickly. It's not long, it's just a paragraph. This is a study that was done in June 2019, so very recent, by the Compendium of Scientific, Medical, and Media Findings demonstrating risks and harms of fracking. So in short, I'm just reading a very quick statistic. 87% of original research studies on air quality found significant air pollutant emissions, and 84% of original research studies on human health risks found signs of harm or indication of potential harm. I have been reading study after study after study from the American Medical Association, from Johns Hopkins, a variety of different healthcare organizations that are all saying pretty much the same thing. It's a very dangerous thing to do in such close proximity to a residential area, and in fact, even miles out. So I'm very concerned that maybe you're not aware of some of those statistics, some of those studies. I know fracking can be a good thing. I understand the purpose behind it. I know that we need to become a nation that's energy independent. I get all of that. And I was a proponent of it, and I can say that I still am, as long as it's not in my backyard. In my backyard, it's very disconcerting. And it shouldn't just be for folks in Windsor Woods. This is all of Cecil. These are very toxic air emissions. It doesn't just come from the well pads. It comes from the condensate tanks. It comes from the compressor stations. It's a very scary thing. And so I'm asking you, if you haven't really done due diligence, if you haven't really paid attention to all of these new studies, not the studies that were done before or anything at all that's being promoted by Range Resources, I'm asking you please to take a look at those things. And if you have other information that would make me feel better, or any of my neighbors, or anybody here who's concerned about that, I'd like to know where your statistics are coming from, where your research is coming from. I really would, because I want to read that. I want to feel better about what's going on in that neighborhood. So that's it. Thank you for hearing me out.
Thank you.
Hello, James Powers again from Windsor Woods. First of all, you all say you weren't on the board to approve the permit for Range Resources initially.
No, you said we weren't on the board?
Is that what you're all saying?
No, that is not true. Supervisor Fleo is not on the
I'm the
board.
only one on board.
Okay, well, you've heard from all these people, all their concerns, but we haven't heard anything from any of you about your feelings about it.
So unfortunately, because there is active litigation, as I said, there is a hearing August 8th. We are bound basically to stay quiet until that hearing takes place. Or while the litigation goes on, I should say.
Well, knowing what you know, if there was a vote today to allow Range Resources to continue, would any of you vote for it?
Again, because it's active litigation, we can't answer that question. I'm sorry. We do hear you. I will say
We all
that.
come here for information from you people, and we're not hearing anything.
We hear you. That's what I can say. We hear what you're saying, but unfortunately, we can't respond. We wish we could. I can only speak for myself. I wish we could. I wish I could. So we can.
Well, and again, if they don't have all their permits in line, how can they move forward?
Again, as I said, yeah.
Shut down.
I apologize, but unfortunately, because it's active litigation, we can't answer that question.
I'd like a little more response from you people. It's disheartening to all of us that we can't get a response.
Believe me, we understand. We really do. I know it doesn't come across that way, but we do understand.
Okay, forgive me, I'm not a public speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Ed Harris, and I'm on Sir James Drive in Windsor Woods. I just want to elaborate on the North Poly Road again that Daniel had said earlier about his engineering report. So last week I was coming down the hill, approaching the stop sign. I was probably about 75 yards before I got to that point, and I saw a large truck swinging up to turn left to come into North Poly. and it was a lowboy, which means it's hauling a heavy piece of equipment. Now, there was nothing on the truck, it was empty. But he was swinging wide left to come up the hill. There was a silver car parked in the gravel parking lot adjacent to the restaurant. And it wasn't far from the road. He swung in and somehow he was able to make the turn. But it was very difficult for him to make the turn. The other thing is that somebody has taken out the stop sign down there, either run over or something. And it was laying there for about a week, and now apparently the township or someone has put a new stop sign back up. But the point I'm trying to make is just additionally that it's a very difficult way to come out of there, and I hope Daniel's group comes up with a solution to make it a lot more safe for the people to come out of the road. Thank you.
Huh?